Let's talk about how we saved James $26,000.
James, which company?
The Canadian laser hair removal.
Oh, you're already switching the names. You're learning fast. Okay, awesome. James, let's do that.
Okay, so for context, James has about 5 salespeople and, quite frankly, a very overwhelmed admin assistant.
Yes.
And he also has a couple of hair removal locations, correct?
Yeah. They have 8 locations. James came to us with a request that we didn't fulfill, actually. So the story is like that. The admin assistant is spending lots of time deleting junk leads that come into the system from Facebook, from the website, from Google AdWords, and other locations. Also, they have a huge duplicate problem. So James came to us to help the admin assistant or maybe automate the process. Obviously, it's not something that I will do. I wanted to see the root cause of the problem, why it's happening. And then we start to dig a little bit deeper and we saw insane problems. First of all, when the admin assistant was deleting those leads, she's supposed to delete only the junk leads and the duplicated leads, but because there are so many, it's a big business, there's tons of action, she was just selecting 100 at a time and just deleting them, which big chunk, not big, but about 25-30% of the leads were real leads, real people. So she was just killing the business. I'm not saying it because she did something wrong. I think management requested her to do something that an employee not supposed to do. When you're finishing the first lead, you already have 3 new leads in the system. It doesn't make sense. So first of all, we saw this problem that in the trash bin, we saw a bunch of leads and we recovered them. We changed across all these assets, we changed the forms to have forms with the CAPTCHA V2, which is a transparent CAPTCHA that the user don't see, but it is a CAPTCHA that is making sure that junk leads will not be submitted. We also coded it in a way that will not attract worms and other automated software to submit fake leads. So that was fix number 1, no more junk lead. As for the leads that came in, the moment that lead came in and it's going through the CAPTCHA, which means it's a legit lead, in the background we are running a software that is checking if the email is deliverable, if it's a real person. If the email is deliverable, then we are putting it into the system. If the email is not deliverable, we're not even pushing it to the system. The last thing, if the email is going to the system, we are checking if there is a lead or a contact or a client with the same email and obviously phone number and mobile and all those. If there is one, instead of creating a new lead, we just alert the right owner of this contact and we are letting them know that this person submitted a new lead with the request versus creating a new one. Also, one more problem that we saw, that the salespeople were not using the CRM because they always felt that the CRM is providing the wrong information. So that also fixed that problem.
So, James, was he using a CRM before you started working with him?
Yep, he was using Zoho CRM also before. It's just the amount of leads that came in were insane.
Would you say James has a common problem?
It's not common, but it's a problem. I would say about probably 5 to 10% of business owners that are receiving a large amount of leads will have some lead problem. Most of the times it will be the follow-ups. People will not do follow-ups, will not call on time and so on, and they won't have good dashboards to support it. Getting lots of junk and getting lots of duplicated leads, I would say that it's a smaller percentage of the businesses out there.
Now, I'm sure most want to address the elephant in the room.
Me?
No, you're not an
Call
elephant.
me elephant? I just lost -6 pounds.
No. This would be the employment status of the admin assistant.
Okay.
Is she still working with this company?
I don't know. The admin assistant was doing the best she could. It's like me requesting you to do something that it's not possible. You are working, let's say, 9 hours a day. It takes you, you need to have a lead. You need to click on the lead. You need to open it. You need to review the details. You need to make sure if the details are real, and then qualify if it's a real lead and assigned to a salesperson or not, right? So it takes time. The moment that you finish that, you already have 3 new leads in the system. And also when you come to work from the previous night, which means 5 p.m. all the way to 9 a.m., you already have a few hundred leads to deal with. You already lost. You just can't.
Before at the beginning, we mentioned the number $26,000.
Mm-hmm.
How was this figure reached? Specifically saving James $26,000.
So it's $26,000 a day. And this amount was reached based on the number of leads we're able to recover based on the same period. So let's say that right now I'm comparing the business financials. There is a monthly or yearly growth of the business, and that's supposed to be there in any case. And everything above it will be contributed to the change that we made. And this change was immediate. The money is one thing. I always think that if you don't have a financial impact to change, probably there is no change. So I like to see numbers beside changes. We're not always getting from clients those feedbacks with money. I will never ask a client how much money you saved, but clients will tell us, that just changed my business, or we had a huge increase, or I never thought that this problem will actually cost us so much. So in some cases, we do have numbers assigned to those problems.
Now, I think a question that is uncommon would be for too many leads. Is James feeling better in your conversation with him?
Absolutely. His feeling was, because we identified the problem that the admin assistant was deleting leads. So we were able to show him where is the bin. So now he knows where to look for. But before that, he didn't even know. So for him, he's looking at the leads. Whatever he has in the approved leads, those are the leads. He didn't even understand that, so many leads are being deleted. So of course he feels better. Right now, the system is completely different. James wakes up in the morning with full dashboards, understanding what's going on across the business, across the openers, the people that are talking to leads, the people in the clinics, leads that showed up to their appointments versus the ones that not. It's all automated. It's a completely different business right now.
And last for me, what got James to reach out to you?
I assume pain. We all motivated by pain. I'm a big believer in pain. So I think pain. Yeah, he knew that something is wrong, and he wanted help to help his admin assistant.